He also gives us a big thumbs up upstairs. Who's going to be in there behind him? The ex-class champion, the ex-scrutineer, the ex-technical advisor, Clint Renard. Great to have him down there on the circuit as well. The 46 of Kutsia, beautiful looking motor car that. And then the 70 car, Frankie. What a lovely drive by him, the 79 should I say. Paul Minnick,
Yeah.
surely the highest he's ever stood on the grid.
Yeah, he's just on the outside of Daniel Kutsia. Then behind them, you've got Graham van Rooyen and JP Sheck, Chiara van Niekerk there as well. And then that Silver Dream Machine of Eugene Gasperi out there. Lovely looking BMW there of Gasperi, as the rest of the cars just take up their grid positions. Andrew Honeywell in that BM out there. And then Michael Flynn, Lee Fielding coming through there as well. And then the rest of the field just busy making their way through.
Frankie, I see the 16 of Chiara van Niekerk does not show up on our camera screens. It shows up on our timing as the leading Class D car out there, ahead of Andrew Honeywell and Michael Flynn. But she does not, in fact, show up on this list. So keep in mind, folks.
This list has been wrong for quite a few times today.
So up the Joubert Straight they go. Stephen Heinrich, legend in oval track racing. And alongside him, the young flyer, Cody Alberts. Michelle and the crew working late into last night to make sure everything's all sorted out on that motor car. The legend Jess Huggett on the second row of the grid. Alongside him, the ex-technical director, if we want to call it that, of Thermo Clubman's. And a man that's been involved with motorsport for a long, long time. Clint Renard. He's got a garage here on the premises as well. Lots and lots of assistance to numerous other people in getting their cars out on circuit and keeping their cars out on circuit as well. As the guys move their way towards turn number 4, Sorrel Sweep. One part of the circuit that we cannot see, we rely on the cameras to pick that up for us. So some upgrading being done on the cameras and the settings. So we will try and improve that during the course of today. Some changes due to be made in the near future, where we will be doing some upgrades and trying to bring you as much of the action shots as what we possibly can. Heidenreich right up there behind the pace car. Frankie, not a lot of cars out there, but it is a very competitive field that we have on board.
Well, I'm busy having a look down the field, Gary. You see that number 50 BMW just behind Lee Fielding. Guess who's in that car? Marco Retta.
Wow, Progress Precision Engineering, Marco Retta. That's his first time out on the main circuit.
Yeah, the man that races heavy metals with the BMW, which, by the way, that car is for sale together with NDT Racing Neander Toys BM.
Let's hope nobody buys it.
NDT Racing is right here on the premises of Kalani. As you come in by the main gate, on the right-hand side, it's the blue building with the Audi badge on the front. That is Neander Toy Racing. So, yeah, Marco Retta out there for the first time doing main circuit racing.
Well, let's hope that nobody actually buys the Marco Retta oval track car, because we like to see the Progress Precision man out on circuit, and Neander Toy as well. Although Neander Toy has said recently that he wants to get more involved with the main circuit side of things in terms of racing himself. So coming up towards the line, Stephen Heidenreich, Cody Alberts. Who's going to have the bigger power going down to turn number 1? Keep an eye on Clint Renard. The 46 car moving up onto that inside line. It's Daniel Kutsia. He's on the inside of Clint Renard. It's going to be Heidenreich that gets the pole shot out of turn number 1. But look at that. Cody Alberts having a look around on the outside. Can he make that one stick? He holds Jess Huggett out. He's up into second.
Yeah, then behind Huggett is Daniel Kutsia, followed there by Clint Renard. That's those first 5 cars working into turn number 2. Out of turn 2 they go now. Kutsia running a touch wide, but holds on to that 4th position. That next group of cars has been led there by Graham van Rooyen. Then we got Paul Minnick in there. Then Cedric Berger in that fight as well. Right on his heels is Chiara Fanikak, almost tagging the back end of the Honda Ballard. And then not too far behind them is that Silver Dream Racing BMW of Eugene Gasperi.
It was very, very close. The Wingfield Lass had to brake very hard going down into interceptor corner. It's Heidenreich that leads him down the back main. He's got the hammer down. Cody Alberts being hassled there by Jess Huggett. Jess Huggett goes for the inside line. Cody Alberts feeling pretty confident that he can carry that speed through the apex of the corner. He runs it high and wide. Jess pops up on the inside. Cody Alberts looks for the cutback. I think Jess has made those new tyres work through Cape Town corner. He's up into second. Cody Alberts into third. Here comes Daniel Kutsia, and alongside Daniel Kutsia is going to be Clint Renard as they work their way down towards turn number 1.
Well, working the way out of a turn number 1. Yeah, that is Barcy Burger. That's in that Ballard. It's not Cedric Burger. Just wanted to make double sure of that one. So it is Barcy Burger in that fight. But let's go back to turn number 2. Into turn 2 they come now. That's the first 5 cars out of turn 2. That's Stephen Heidenreich. The 2 Overtrack boys are sitting in P1 and 2 at this stage of the game. That's Heidenreich from Jess Huggett. Then it's Cody Albert. Bit of a gap before we see Clint Renard. He's ahead of Daniel Kutsia as they work their way out of interceptor corner. Heading up towards turn number 4 now. Then it's Barcy Burger in the Ballard. He's getting away there from Paul Minnick. Behind Minnick is Graham van Rooyen. Behind Van Rooyen is Cedric Burger. Eugene Gasperi is right in that fight as well as they head there out of turn number 4. This whole gaggle of cars racing down towards turn 5, Fostron corner.
Yep, down into turn 5 they go. Heidenreich leads them out. A massive battle for that second position. Cody Alberts outbreaks Jess Huggett down into Cape Town corner, back up into that second position. Now remember, Daniel Kutsia is 5th overall behind Clint Renard, but he in fact, Frankie, is the leading Class B car. The leading Class F car is in fact Barcy Burger that's in there behind that. Having had one outing with Dad's car, this is the second one. Jess Huggett locks up. Jess Huggett locks up big time in there behind Cody Alberts, that in the 3rd position.
Yeah, going through now into turn number 1. There's a lot of cars working their way through into a turn number 1. Busy coming out of turn 1. There's a whole gaggle of cars that's coming out. That group has been led there by Paul Minnick, working its way out of turn 1. That's just behind Barcy Burger. That's working their way into turn 2. As there's about 5 of them that's working their way through turn number 2 right now, and that group has been led there by that Golf of Paul Minnick.
Remember, Paul Minnick actually started 3rd of the grid on the outside. He started in the 6th position, so he's done very, very well to hold on. Only Barcy Burger that's in the Class X entry. That's the car that's actually owned by his dad. He's doing some testing with that motor car. Jess Huggett down the back main, having a look at Clint Renard. Just behind that, Clint Renard's got a bird's eye view. Jess Huggett up on the inside. Can he make that one stick? Stephen Hayden. Oh, Jess Huggett locks it up once again. He had to go very late on the brakes to get in there past the young charger, Cody Alberts. It's still all about Heidenreich. The Class A battle comes through towards the city of Cape Town and Wingfield Motors Bridge. It's Heidenreich, it's Huggett, it's Alberts, and then in behind that is Clint Renard. The first of the Class B cars is Daniel Kutsia. Then the leading Class F car, Barcy Burger, he comes through directly behind that. Then Paul Minnick, second in Class B. And then the first of the Class C riders, and that is Van Rooyen.
Graham van Rooyen coming through there as well, but Paul Minnick and Graham van Rooyen are busy making their way through into turn number 1. Honeywell also coming through now. Here comes Michael Flynn heading into turn number 1. Michael Flynn, we've got a few cars. JP Shea is far down. He's heading under the city of Cape Town Bridge right now as JP Shea. He had fair problems out there at the last event, and then making his way now into turn number 1 in NDT Racing. That's Marco Retta that's making his way now into turn 1 into Holzhoek.
Well, remember that Class D one that's not in there. In fact, the leader in Class D, for the folks sitting at home, you will not be able to see that on your screen. It shows Honeywell from Flynn. In fact, ahead of Honeywell is the 16 car of a Chiara Fanikak, the leading Class D entry. And that behind Graham van Rooyen, that is the leading Class C entry. Heidenreich still holding sway. Oh, here comes Clint Renard. Clint Renard's on the move. Clint Renard runs around the outside of Cody Alberts. He gets the drive on the back end of Jess Huggett, where he found the extra power. Frankie, maybe he's got a push to pass.
You might have a push to pass, that's for sure now. But these 4 cars making their way out of turn number 1. And it's Stephen Heidenreich working his way up towards turn number 2. Behind him it's Jess Huggett, and here comes Clint Renard. How many push to passes do you have, Clint Renard? Because Cody Alberts is coming back on the outside. Cody on that second line, pulls in there behind him. Then heading towards turn 2 now is Daniel Kutsia, and he's been caught there by the Honda Ballard of Barcy Burger.
So Daniel Kutsia leading out Class B as he works his way through towards the kink. Our leaders on their way past the main grandstand. Lovely to see so many people on the main grandstand once again. So the man that started in pole position still leading them out. The oval track sensation is Stephen Heidenreich. The man that started in 3rd position, Jess Huggett in 2nd. The man that started in 4th, the GNA Motorsport entry of Clint Renard, working his way through. Frankie, we've got one slow runner down the back main. We'll try and pick it up. I think it's the number 80.
That's 160. I've been looking for that motor car. No program, no book, anywhere do I see who's in car 160. So that is a complete mystery driver car combination out there. Not in the book, not on the program, not on the monitor. So I've got no idea who's in car 160. We'll try and get Tiny to find out for us.
Cody Alberts has got problems. Cody Alberts slowed right down, backed right off the back end of that 2nd place battle. Heidenreich from Huggett, from Renard. Then it is a falling back pretty quickly. I don't know if he's going to be able to finish this one with still 3 to go. It's Cody Alberts. He'll be closed down by the leading Class B car of Daniel Kutsia. Daniel Kutsia has been closed down by Barcy Burger as the leading Class F. We could actually say Class X. He's only driven the car once, and he got the car into Class F, but obviously if he starts and finishes both races today, it'll be a whole lot higher than that. Paul Minnick, having started in a 6th position, finds himself in 7th on the exit of turn number 2, that ahead of the Class D leader, which is Honeywell.
Honeywell making his way out of turn number 2, then followed by Graham van Rooyen into turn 2 now. The gaps are pretty big out there, and here comes Michael Flynn and JP Shea heading towards turn 2. Flynn in the Golf, Shea in the BMW, working their way out of turn number 2. Right now, there you see them on your monitor, way down, and a good couple of cars still out there on track as we're heading towards the end of this one. But your leader making his way across the start-finish line and into turn number 1. That is Stephen Heidenreich. And now Jess Huggett into turn 1 comes under attack there from Clint Renard, and Huggett pulls off. Jesse Huggett pulls off onto the escape road in turn 1.
That opens up Class A. Heidenreich then with a big gap. Jess Huggett falling by the wayside. Clint Renard, that was in that battle, is a fair distance behind that. We've just got a message that it is a airflow meter that's giving problems on the Cody Alberts car, and that's why he's running so much slower. He's been closed down now by Barcy Burger. That will be closing down on him, so he might drop down one more position. I don't think it'll be much more than that. Minnick out there ahead of Honeywell, and he finds himself 2nd in class, having started 6th overall in the grid, now in a 7th position. That Class D battle actually shows Honeywell as being in front, but it in fact is Kiara van Niekerk that's directly behind Paul Minnick. She's actually the fastest qualifier in Class D and leading Class D as she works her way towards Sarl Sweep.
Well, heading under the bridge now, there's another fight going on. There comes Marco Retta, and he's got that Chrysler 300 in there with him. And in that Chrysler, we have got Andre van der Merwe. That is a heavy motor car to pedal around this track. And that's Marco Retta and Andre van der Merwe working their way towards turn 2. That's the BMW and that big old tank, that Chrysler, and they're making their way out of turn 2. And right behind them are the 2 leaders. Yep. They're going to get lapped here by Heidenreich and by Renard.
Yep, that is Heidenreich and Renard. That's a little bit closer to one another as Retta makes the move and goes one further forward. So Heidenreich on the last lap has started working his way through the back markers. Heidenreich from Renard from Alberts. Alberts has dropped off 11.9 seconds already. So let's hope that that airflow meter holds out just a little bit longer, because it will still give him then third overall. Because remember, Jess Huggett has gone and stopped that car completely. Down the back main, Stephen Heidenreich, and charging him down from behind, Clint Renard in the GNA Motorsport car, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
Into turn 5, fast run for the final time. The checkered flag is out. And here they come towards the line. And it will be Stephen Heidenreich that's going to win this one. This is a driver that wasn't sure if he was going to drive this week, and I'm sure he's glad he did. And Heidenreich comes home first across the line, followed by Clint Renard in that second position. Third place coming towards us now. Cody Alberts will come home in P3. What a recovery here by Cody Alberts, finishing his race just ahead there of Daniel Kutsia, and right on his case, Gary, the Honda of Barsiburger.
Yeah, so Daniel Kutsia winning out Class B from Barsiburger, winning out Class F at that point. Minute comes across the line. He'll be super chuffed with that. He started 6th, ended 6th, second in Class B. Chiara van Niekerk as one Class D, with Andrew Honeywell coming through directly behind that. JP Shea is the leading Class C car, Frankie, but a long way further back than what we're accustomed to seeing him.
Yeah, JP was having a fight earlier on. Here he comes across the line now with Michael Flynn, as a matter of fact, and Graham van Rooyen finishes, and here comes Michael Flynn across the line. So JP did get his nose ahead of Michael Flynn, and just between them was the 149 Golf of Graham van Rooyen.
Well, pity that we didn't see Stephen Gous out there, the headline sponsor, Thermo Fires, for 2022 and for 2023 as well. He was originally entered. I don't know if he was here at the practice yesterday. Maybe for race number 2 we can get Stephen Gous to come and join us upstairs. So that wraps up the first half of the program. And we're now going to go to the interval break, and we will come back to you in about 30 minutes from now. Don't go away, folks. We still got a race for all of the classes you've seen so far this morning. We'll be going back out on circuit after the luncheon interval. And at the end of the luncheon interval, we will do a tribute to the late Dennis Nathan, Colin Meader Sr., and Eugene Lemmer, all of them excessively well known in motorsport, and yeah, major loss that we've suffered in the last 10 days.